Welcome to Acumen Ed Talks, where we share conversations that inspire educators, guide parents, and shape the future of learning. At Acumen International School, we often say that play is powerful, but today we are going to step further. Because early years education is not only about play, it is about lifelong skills that quietly being built through it. I'm delighted to be joined by Mr. Andrew Houghton to discuss how foundational experiences today shape confident, capable adults tomorrow. Welcome, Mr. Andrew.
Thank you, Ms. Ati.
So, to begin with our conversation, Mr. Andrew, I have the first question. When we say skills for the future, what do we mean in the early years?
In the early years, it's well beyond tests and getting spelling and reading. It's actually about collaboration. It's about problem solving. It's about being able to try something new, fail, experience that. That's future-based skills. They're the skills that our young people of the next generation are going to need.
True, and these skills are pretty essential for every learner.
And they can be managed and taught while still maintaining the core curriculum of academics.
True, I agree with that. So when we talk about play-based learning, how do play-based environments build these skills that traditional academics cannot?
When you're doing worksheets and in their traditional style worksheets, they're learning competencies, but they're not learning those key future skills. So if I'm playing with blocks and my outcome is to build a certain tower of a certain size, it's the process that they go through that is the play-based experience. What do they create? How do they create it? What do they change? What's their thinking? That's the importance. So at home, encourage your children to play, create, and be curious.
Correct. And it's way beyond the rote learning that...
way beyond
that. Yes, I completely agree on that. And to add on, why is resilience considered a core future skill? And how is it developed early?
Resilience is essential for adults and for our young people. It's how we learn to make mistakes and develop and grow. It's having your child be involved in things at home, doing their shoelaces, getting themselves ready. My environment, my children made their own lunch from prep.
Oh, that's amazing!
Every day from prep. I made my children's lunch once, and that was that part of learning and understanding. And then when they get it wrong or they forgot their lunch, that's resilience.
Yeah.
And learning to grow from those experiences.
Yes, and it's all about taking ownership for themselves and being independent, right?
So as parents, it's very important to have your children experience independence and doing things for themselves and not always getting that right and supporting them through that.
Right. So I really love the point when you shared that your children had to make their own lunch. So what role does creativity play in future readiness?
I can take that example. In future readiness, the creativity about how they made their lunch was something that surprised me because I had in my mind what lunch should look like. And my kids all of a sudden pulled out the cookie cutters and their sandwiches were cut into koala shapes or into kangaroo shapes. But that was a creative play and their way of expressing. And I think watching young children immerse themselves in creative play where there is no specific outcome, they just have some resources, is exciting. And I think as parents, encourage your children to explore and ask questions about why things are existing and how.
Yes, it's all by asking them questions, knowing the why.
The why. It's about what they're doing and how they're thinking, as opposed to what the outcome, what the finished product is.
True. So on that note, how can parents know if their child is developing these future-ready skills?
Watch how your children play. Watch how they interact. Do they have the confidence to go into a new environment and have the confidence to interact and do something? Do they have the confidence to meet people? Often we are very mindful of making sure our children have everything they need to get things right. But no, just give them a chance to be and express their own personality.
True. It's all about observing them and then maybe
Yes.
guiding them the next
Observing,
step.
guiding,
Yeah.
correcting where necessary because we have to be true to our values, but still allowing them to express themselves in a way that's relevant to them.
So, Mr. Andrew, thank you so much for the insights that you have given us today. So, before we end, what is that one piece of advice you would like all our listeners to give, like to our parents, our students? So, what is that one, your thought?
I have a saying that was not my saying. It's A.A. Milne was the author, as I've adapted from that. And it's the saying from Christopher Robin, to Winnie the Pooh, when he was having a moment of self-doubt. And there's one message I believe that can carry for all students and parents and staff. And that is, you are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, smarter than you think, and loved more than you know. And that is what I want for every single student at Acumen.
That's very thoughtful. Thank you so much, Mr. Andrew. Thank you for tuning into Acumen Ed Talks. Don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you in the next episode as we continue pursuing excellence every day.